Hello, I'm here to talk about setting up at the piano with a really good piano position. So you might be a really young beginner, or you could be a teenager or an adult. Either way, great position at the piano is a really important thing and a great way to start with healthy position right from the very beginning. So the first thing that I like to talk about is the bench height. That's a little bit tricky if you're super duper small, so you're going to need a parent to help with this or a grown up. So one of the things that I look for is when you're on the bench, if your feet can reach the floor, then have your body to the front half of the bench. It's a little hard to see on my camera here, but you can see that I'm on the front half of the bench so that my heels and my toes, my feet are flat on the floor. That means that if I'm playing high keys, I can move onto one side of my body. If I'm playing low keys, I can adjust to the lower half of my body and have lots of movement from top to bottom. So if you're a child that can reach the floor, a teenager or an adult, make sure to check that you're reaching the floor. If you're a young student, you'll be back further on the bench, and your parents are going to need to make sure if you're tall enough on the bench so that you're not playing with your arm down and all the gravity pull, so the weight of your arm pulling down on your fingers, that's going to make it super hard to play. So whether you're a grown-up student or a young student, we're going to watch what angle your arm is at. So my arm ideally should be at this kind of right angle here. So my wrist shouldn't be dropped like this, and it shouldn't have to play like this with my shoulder up high in the air. So you'll get ready at the piano and you'll check to make sure that you're not too high or too low, and that your fingers can be in a nice little C hand position. If you're young, I usually say it's like you're holding a little baby chick under there and you don't want to squash it. And if you're older, you can use those imaginative things too, because it helps remember a visual. So that's the next thing. Next is you want to be sitting straight and tall. So the core of your body is feeling like it's supporting your body. Your shoulders aren't too high. They're not like slumped forward. That can cause your back to get sore. I always like to tease and say that playing the piano is a dangerous sport, because you know what, in some ways it's true, because if you play in the incorrect position, then it is easy to get tension injuries when you've been playing for longer. Also, I find for really young students, if they're playing in an incorrect position, it gets very hard to play because they're working against gravity. So then playing the piano could get discouraging. So hopefully those are a few tips to get you started, and I will be working on those types of things in lessons as well. See you there.